Okay, so I have actually done this in 7 different months. More like almost 2 years, just because this is an actual Murder Monday video. I'm going to be talking about, like life updates, all that, on top of, a murder story, like a spooky, scary story. So, I just want to show you what I have gotten this past year. I got the crime book. I got the crime book. It's like seriously, the she beefy. She be beefy. Like she big. So it has a couple of people that I have actually talked about in the past, on top of a bunch of different stuff that I can actually talk about. Like this literally has a Volkswagen emission scandal that was in 2015. Like that's still technically I'm not gonna say pretty recent because that was almost a decade ago. It never mind. Like it has all these things. They have Hell's Angels in here. They have a bunch of kidnapping, extortion, which I don't think that I want to talk about that. As you could tell, it is also storming. So, perfect time to be talking about murder. But, hang on. Yes? Okay, well, I'm filming.
What?
Filming.
Filming?
Yeah.
Why are you filming?
Murder Monday.
What? I'm sorry, what?
I'm going to talk about a murder.
What? Why are you recording this video?
So that way I can post it.
Since when are you starting to get back into YouTube?
Since now.
How long are you going to be talking about it for?
I don't know. Okay, this is like the serial killers section of it. Let us see. You know what? I'm just going to do a short one. This one is the said Dame Alice had a certain demon. So yeah, serial killers and demons. Fun. What I'm known for. Alice Kelter, 1324. To lose one husband is unfortunate, but to lose four in rapid succession is bound to raise some eyebrows, especially if all the men are wealthy and possibly handsome, because it's like 1324 and standards were low. Yeah, that's neat. I don't know how the men looked. Anyway, with the death of Dame Alice Kelter's husband, John Lepore, left her a widow for the fourth time, local people started to accuse her of some little witchcraft. And as a little witch pagan myself, I do enjoy a little witchcraft tossed into every single story. I did not plan this. I just started and the thunder literally just started, so the devilish accusations. So in the 14th to the 15th century, Salem witch trials happened. This is over in England, by the way. So England started with like the witch trials, and then it moved over into America in like the 16th, 17th century, and on to today, between the Satanic Panic and then going to the QAnon stuff, which is still sadly going on. Like fact check people, please. Like this is literally a book. This is literally a book full of stories. It's like hello. People have done their research. So, in the 14th century, Catholic orthodoxy did not generally take the idea of sorcery seriously. So, like, oh, that's just a hoax. It's not going to happen. The Great European Witch Hunt took place in the 16th, 17th centuries. However, the Catholic Church frowned on heresy, and some members of the clergy were prepared to define this like very, very broadly. So you can be tried as a heretic witch for, say if your husband dies and then suddenly you end up pregnant, like not like you did the deed before he died tragically suddenly, because a lot of people did die tragically and suddenly there, but I digress. So Dame Alice had repeatedly clashed with Kilkenny's Bishop of Orrery, who resented her wealth and connections among Ireland's elite. So little fun little Irish lady over here. So yeah. When the poorest children came to him with stories of finding satanic powders, the body parts of unbaptized babies, which I don't. I guess that they didn't have like a good section of that, but that's interesting. And the toenails of corpses boiled in a robber's skull. Yes, that is robbers. Robber apostrophe S. Robbers, not rubbers. I don't even think that they had a robber skull, but anyway. And the bishop did not probe too deeply, so just like, oh, okay, she a witch. That's fine. I'm not gonna fact check this or anything, because these are children, and I trust the children more than I trust my own eyes. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. Don't believe it until you actually see it. Sorry, I thought that was gonna burp, but anyway. So, Dame Alice was brought to trial and convicted. Delays in procedure allowed Kelter to escape to England, but her maidservants, Petronilla de Meath, was condemned for being her accomplice and was burned at the stake on November 3rd, 1324. So she actually didn't actually die of stake burning like most witches in that time period. But either way. Ooh, there it is. So yeah, and in here it actually has like the little context of it. Like the location is Kilkenny, Ireland. Theme is witchcraft and sorcery. So before, in the 1317, Hughes Gerard, Bishop of Cours, France, was filleted alive and burned after existential court fines him guilty of using sorcery in an attempt to assassinate Pope John the 22nd. Like my guy. Like this, it's a bishop trying to kill the Pope. So yeah, I can like go on and on about this, but I'm gonna continue. And then like after, in 1597 in Scotland, the Great Scottish Witch Hunt, which began in the 1560s, God, that's 30 years. That's almost 40 years. Concludes with the trial and conviction of 200 people for witchcraft. Confessions are extracted through torture, or their guilt is decided by witch pickers. No. Who pierce the accused with a sharp implement. If they fail to bleed, they are found guilty. if they fail to plead, they are found guilty. Like, did you poke him hard enough? Like, did you actually get in there and like stab them, or did you just was it just like a boop? Like it doesn't tell you like how hard they actually pierce them because people actually do have like different thickness in skins. Like even from gender to gender, like the same gender could have like thicker skin, but it still varies depending on like their genetics. So how do you determine who's a witch by just someone? It also shows a picture of like the Kelter's Inn restaurant and bars, and it was established in like I believe that's yeah, it was established in 1324. So like after uh the maidservant Petronilla de Mirth was burned at the stake, and it has a picture of a black cat on it and a moon. That's such a stereotype. Like, yes, I'm a witch and I do have a cat, but no, he's not a black cat. And yes, I am a night owl, but that's for a different reason. So yeah, and then like the next page it shows Elizabeth Bothroyd, which I believe that we actually have covered here. I believe that I've covered that because she was the one that bathed in the blood of young maidens to keep her young. Which, no. It also covers Jack the Ripper. Like, there's literally like 5 pages on him. There's also Harvey Galtman, which I haven't covered, but I might. There's actually a bookmark in here. I'm actually going to bookmark that page. I don't think that I've covered Ted Bundy yet, but I want to. Like, they show pictures in here and his disguises. Like, there's a lot of people in here that I would like to cover because they actually show like mugshots and pictures and all that. It's really interesting. Sorry, my boyfriend just stepped out the door.
Have you disposed of the body yet?
I'm about to. You got cake? Why did you take such a big piece?
Because I can.
Look at it. Look at the. He got a big piece. Show them how big that piece is. That's ice cream cake.
Not my problem.
Oh my lord.
Hey, you're the one who decided to make a video now.
It also covers a Zodiac killer in here, which I covered on in 2 separate episodes where I tried to decipher it, and I actually did like half it, and then I gave up because my brain wasn't working.
Your brain never works.
Also, Jeffrey Dahmer. So if you haven't seen like the Dahmer series on Netflix, I have, and I watched it with my boyfriend. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There's just one scene where one of the actual victims have described it, and they got it perfectly. Like, whenever I tell you that I felt like I was going to be murdered and a shiver went down my spine whenever I saw it, I'm just like, and I'm the type of person that falls asleep to serial killer murder podcasts. Yeah.
Lame.
No. Oh, like they also have assassinations and political plots. That brings me into like the QAnon stuff. But I don't think that this has like been updated. But this is like a fairly new thing that I've seen. It was literally in like a little niche bookstore over here where I live. I mean, yeah, and there's like these little, like in the back it has like little short ones like, hey, this is what happened, and we have like similar stories in like the directory and all that. So I might like read through one of these if they catch my eye. I think I might try to find a similar one or a more recent one, like a 2020 or like a 2000 one. They even have the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. in the directory, which I believe that we all know about him. I've covered Jonestown. Oh, here is one that goes into 2005. It's Thomas Sweet Sweat, 1985 to 2005. So 30 years? 30, 40 years? The young court order the young short order cook Sweet set fire to houses, cars, and properties across Washington, D.C. and Maryland. Often those belonging to attractive men he followed to their homes. Night Stalker, anyone? Anyway, when he was finally caught thanks to DNA analysis and video footage that placed his car at the scene of a fire, Sweet admitted to starting nearly 400 fires that caused several fatalities and injuries. He was active for longer than most arsonists in the U.S. They also say like see also John Leonard Orr, page 48 to 53, and then Jeffrey Dahmer. I've already covered that. I don't think I can pop out any more information about that, but if I see something here, I might like go over it. Cause yeah, that story is never going to be done because new information like keeps coming into my brain. Yeah, it's a very very interesting book. So yeah, it was the crime book, Big Ideas Simply Explained. Oh, it's part of a series. I got the crime book, but they also got the art book. I'm pretty happy that I got this one. Anyway, I believe that is where I'm going to leave everyone at. I don't know. It was like a short story, but frankly, I don't have enough energy in my body to keep talking. I'm tired from work. On top of, I went to ham last night with adult beverages. So I'm pretty good about ending it here. It was just like very nice to sit down and talk about something that I'm interested in, and I hope that y'all are still interested in this, even though that I have not been active. But hey, I digress. So yeah, I am signing off. Don't kill people, because you won't end up on the show. I will find out about it. I got my ways. And if you believe that you are a witch, don't be going around getting four husbands that are wealthy and then possibly killing them. Anyway, love y'all. Stay safe out there. If you are outside right now, hopefully it's not raining there because it's gross. Bye, guys.